for the things that we need in order to give you. We get charged for DVDs that we then hand you for
Man, let
free.
me get up on stage, man.
It's like, how do we start eliminating the cost for whatever we're doing?
Okay, you know where for me personally, I look at my own level of greed and ambition to material wealth, which is the barometer of success, if you will. And I say to myself, okay, how much do I charge for my professional product that I give that is
If I'm
cover my
correct,
costs,
Jacques
that I
had
can
to
pay
sell the
my
property
rent,
because he couldn't afford to pay for it anymore.
Yeah.
Not because he wanted to.
How much do I have to make? And then how much more am I going to give? Because
And then having it in the theater release.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then having it in the theater releases so it can reach a wider audience. I mean, I need to get up on stage.
And so beyond that, I'm gifted, and that's my approach to it. I'm no longer looking at how much profit I can make, so that I can have retirement, or I can have a nest egg where I can, that's.
But I thought the whole purpose was to eliminate the need for money.
But
Right.
see, that
But
would
we don't
happen,
live in
that
that
would
world
happen
right
like this. That I understand the process.
We understand what you're saying.
We're just-
That's why we're here. This movement is only two going on 3 years old, and so we're really struggling.
And you look at us, all of us, we're here, through our own fault. We're not getting money.
Oh man, it costs us. You know what it costs us to be here? I'll tell you. I'm not going to tell you how much it's cost me over the past year, but we're doing. Nobody's making profit here, but that money that we got from the door today will pay for a convention here in Rutgers, and it will pay for the expenses for us to be able to put on the Z-Day convention, and that's why we charged you.
The idea for that convention, or basically Z-Day, is going to be so that way we can reach out to a broader audience. We want to invite faculty members. We want to invite, some of the intellectuals that were demonstrated in the movie. Some real brain power, academia types, professors, people in industry. Bring them out and have them to be able to meet with students and people in New Jersey, so that way we can reach a broader audience and have it become more in the mainstream.
And otherwise it comes out of our
Steps.
Yeah, I understand, but somewhere it's got to come out of somebody's pocket in order to sustain the resource-based economy. It's got to, give it up.
We do as best we can, but we
Yeah.
have, and we try to do it as keeping the cost as low as possible, and then, like we said with the DVDs, we also get to do it for free. The concept of having the price for it is like, if you want to help us out and you choose to, great. If not, you still get the same information for free. That's what, I've seen the movies online for free. I still purchase the DVDs because I know the time and work that goes into it. That's my personal choice. You don't want no one else to feel obligated to do so. But if you want to help us out and you agree with the direction, that would be great. Cool. If you don't, you still get the information for free. That's how I ask it.
And one other point I think should also be made, every single person on the stage paid the same ticket price.
Yeah, we paid. For this series, it's cost me $47 just at the ticket door, even though I was intimately involved with setting up every one of them, and we're behind it. I still paid the ticket price because it's my donation to spreading the awareness. Yeah.
What is what is the strategy for spreading the awareness for a massive amount of people within the local area?
Well, I can answer that. I mean, it's clear and evident that we are living in a non-sustainable society, a non-sustainable world. So it's very, and we don't really need Peter Joseph to tell us that. I mean, if we don't pay attention to mainstream media, if we dig out a little bit of information, and we see the trends, I mean, it's clear and evident.
Okay.
So, having said that, we have to, if this information, resonate with us, we are called to do something, and the only way to spread this, information and this possibility, which is very viable, we need to start talking about it, because if we don't do anything, nothing will happen. I can guarantee you that.
Well,
And you know, each and every one of us are responsible for this society. We are in this world, you know, and we make what this world is.
We have a number of strategies happening. One is students. Okay, that's a very important part of our strategy. We work, our New Jersey chapter meets here at Rutgers, thanks to David. And that's the college, the student awareness is very important to us. Well, I'm hoping that we can get a subchapter happening here out of this. Then the other populations are, for instance, in my area, it's a much more rural area, so we go out to festivals where yoga people or whoever are gathering who might be a good market for the awareness and be interested in this. And so that's another strategy, is that way. And then there are other more urban strategies that have more guerrilla-like technique approaches that they use in New York City. They're very good at that sort of strategies. It's all about getting the awareness out there.
Handing out DVDs, posters, flyers, bumper stickers, T-shirts, whatever you want to do, whatever you can think of.
Necessary. People, like, if you like videos, we have videos. If you like books, we have books. You know, we have graffiti artists, they have music, singers, rap, you know, poetry. Anything that can get the attention of somebody, you know, because everyone has different likes, you know, they even talking about probably making a video game, you know, for resource-based economy, all those types of things. People on the internet, all these different avenues, whatever is your cup of tea, try to use that as a way to express it, because the people who are interested in that, like how he's in more of a farm type area, you know, he preaches, you know, the sustainability of food, so you get the activity with them. Like in New York, there's like rappers, so you have a guy who's singing rap, you know, rap music. There's a group called Lost Children in Babylon. They trying to get people to rap. So any means you can think of communicating this idea to people, that's how.
Our fundamental approach, though, is to give away a movie. Give away next. It's going to be this movie. We're going to be giving this movie away. Put it in your hand, but we want your contact information in exchange for the movie. That's really a primary kind of tactic of ours to spread awareness and ask whether they've seen the movie. And then we have a pamphlet,
In the end, it's really up to us. You know, for me, for example, was when I saw the first time Addendum, Zeitgeist Addendum back in 2008.
We're giving that away tonight.
Yeah, so for me, I mean, it was so important. And the movement was still, I mean, far from getting galvanized and everything, you know. And I decided I had to do something. And I started making copies of that DVD, you know, the Addendum, and I started engaging people on my own, without even knowing that, you know, that eventually there would be a group called, you know, like a movement. And I started making copies and engage people and say, hey, have you seen this movie? Have you seen this movie? You know, and that's what I did on my own, even before, you know, learning that there was a group that was forming. So, you know, those are the small things, you know, it's really, you know, how we can engage our society, you know, by whatever means we have, you know.
How many people have seen the other movies? Great. Okay, both of them or just one of them? All of them. Okay. So, all right. So
And then the website has tons of information that's not on the DVDs, a lot more extensively.
Because we're communicating this message to many people in this rate.
Jesus Christ.
Strategy for communicating.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like people who have access to more people. In other words, they can spread the word to many people, so it'll spread it much quicker at a higher rate. That way it'll increase us going into this, it will increase our...
Could you bring that to a meeting of ours?
That's
Could you
the
do
type
that?
of stuff that we need.
Because we need that sort of
Feedback.
feedback, and that's an excellent suggestion.
Ideas.
That's an excellent. We'd like to incorporate that. If you could come to one of our meetings, either the New Jersey chapter meeting or the local subchapter that David will let you know about.
Online. We have TeamSpeak, you know, collaborating on the travel. Anyway, that's what we have. People have
TeamSpeak, Facebook.
Sometimes sounds so simple, but we never consider. Like you bring that up, like, oh, like, look, that's a good idea. Wonder why we never thought about it before, and then boom, something else happened with that.
See, we want ideas from everybody.
Right.
You know, it isn't just we're trying to follow some dogma. We want ideas how to make this work.
Yeah, that was a
And
great idea. Thank you.
we want to hear like why you think it's not going to work, and what's the reasons, because there might be an answer that we could just give you. You know, and
Sir, you had a question?
Yeah, well, I have a question more, a couple of statements. I guess one with the answer is about like why charging. It's more that Rutgers charging them to charge.
Well, I understand.
Exactly.
It's just, my point is, how do you break the chain? How do you break the cycle?
Mass awareness.
And then, you know, I personally feel it's an inside job. It's an inside job. I have to figure out how I personally am going to break the chain. Honestly, I work on this. And every individual, once they really, all of us here, we're all trying to figure out exactly how we can personally break that chain. And you're absolutely right. You know, each individual has to figure it out. You can't wait for somebody else to do it. It's really an inside job.
Well, you figure out a good
What?
idea, you share it, and it didn't spread. You know, like I never considered that.
And also, you know, it's really about giving a small, you know, baby steps, you know, even though it might look like you're not doing anything. For example, I have changed, I used to have accounts with Chase, with Wachovia, and I switched to
Local.
banks,
Yeah.
you know. I try to buy my food from farmers, you know, whenever possible. I know certain things are hard to do. I mean, everything we buy is pretty much made in China and sweatshops. It's very hard, you know, in this system. So you gotta do what you can to disengage.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We've spoken before, and I was telling you gentlemen, I'm a big fan of what's called direct action. Plain and simple. If you think a book isn't displaying what you think should be displayed, write that book. If you think a movie isn't portraying what you think should be portrayed, make that movie. Buy from local farmers. Shit, grow your own corn. It's honestly not that hard. I grow mine, and I know that it's pesticide free. The whole thing about it is that if you think that this country, if you think that this world should change, you need to be the one changing it. Don't ask those gentlemen how to change it, because quite frankly, and no offense, they're just as clueless as we are. They're doing the best they can. So for people sweating a $5 admission fee, or for people wondering how we break the chain, the fact is that you break the chain in any way you can. All right. The problem is that there's a toxic cycle in this room where we keep putting the burden on ourselves to make change, or that we can't spend money to make change. The whole fact of the matter is that the seeds in which you use to grow your corn may cost you $5, may cost you some money. The hoe that you use to turn your soil and make your soil worth something might cost you money. I know it's evil, dirty word, but the fact of the matter is that in the society in which we live, that's what you need to do in order to make change. So if it takes $5 here and there, if it takes $10 here and there, shit, if it takes $50 here and there, spend it. Because know that it's not going towards Juicy Couture sweatpants. Know that it's not going towards buying a Mercedes-Benz. It's going to sustenance. It's going to progress. I promise you that.
Thank you. And I'd like to also thank you for bringing up an issue as well, because often we end up.
Did you finish making your statement, or?
And we do want.
How'd you like it?
feedback.
Yeah, it's a question somebody proposed to me, and I wasn't sure how to answer it. Because I had something that was kind of in the back of my head as well.
Yeah.
So I just thought I'd propose it.
Well, if
one
you've
thing
been,
I've
you said
done
you've been
is
studying
I've
for a
put
couple
up
years
the
now,
wall.
he should know the answer to that.
Okay. Personally,
If you checked on any information on the website, which is tons of it.
Because it's just a matter of principle. I'll shop at the other big boxes, you know, Target and Tractor Supply, you know, all those. But Walmart, I will not go into as a matter of principle. I simply won't do it. I'll spend my money as locally and small mom and pop places as possible. But often it's not even possible. I have to go to Home Depot for certain things. Honestly, I can't even get it at my local hardware. And it's a very difficult balance, and you just do whatever you can in the given moment.
So one of
What
the
hap-
messages at the beginning of the movie and the end of the movie is pretty much is that we have to recognize the fact that we have, as people, as a mass, power, but we have to recognize